Thank you for doing this. This is just something that just, you
No
know,
problem.
popped into my head, and I was like, why not? So I guess
Yeah,
first, if you want to just introduce yourself real quick.
yeah, sure. And my name is Michael Sowell. Currently a senior at George Mason University, double majoring in information technology and graphic design, and I'm friends with Tyrion Jennings. So,
Well, I mean, that's the best
and
part.
I'm black and I'm proud. Yeah. Yes, that's the best part. That's the best part. Who needs a degree? I got Tyrion.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, too sweet, too sweet. Um, so I guess my first question is like if you have any just stories about racism that you want to share just in general, just opening the floor for that.
hmm okay, story with racism. Okay, so um, I'll go back and turn the clock. So I grew up in Newport News, Virginia. I was born in San Diego, California, but I grew up in Newport News. It's a kind of diverse area. Yeah, there's a bunch of like black people, predominantly more black area. Um, and so it's a mixture of everybody. Growing up, in terms of like my racial identity, I never really felt like I don't say connected to my race, but um, race wasn't really an issue for me until like I got into like um, more middle school and high school. So I still to this day I still have a bunch of black friends, predominantly black, um, middle school, and high school. The thing is, I was really good in school, make good grades, and all that stuff, didn't get out of trouble. Um, but the only racism I really experienced um, was kind of within my own with my own race with black people, but also white people. Um, I always got told that like I talk like I'm a white person, or I act white, which if, I guess you say what acting white means I don't get in trouble, which to me that's not true. I mean, I know a lot of black people don't get in trouble, so like they're like kind of like the stereotype that I get might be fit into as a black person because I'm not that. I get kind of ridicule from both uh, black people and white people because white people what I realized is that I was like their token. Um, so I had like some friends of mine who I still have friends today. But certain ones I realized and knew like they'll say things though you don't act like no like the other folks or certain language, certain cues that I realized that later as me as a man now realized those social cues that yeah that's a huge red flag. So um, going to college, a whole nother thing. Mason stays, very, I guess, they put together school. They have different sections of people in their own races. They have like Black Student Alliance and other stuff like that. But um, yeah, the only racism I really experienced, I guess, in college more, I should say, still that I feel like that tokenism that I'm getting was like with certain white friends that I made, um, whether it was in my engineering group of friends, engineering LC back my freshman year, or in other groups, like in a different community. Um, I realized that yeah, they were just they liked me because I wasn't like other black people, I guess you can say, and so like the whole journey with my racial identity as a whole, but recently I just became more like with my race black people, so I feel more like never. I'm more confident in anything like that. But as a general, it's just been like a long journey in terms of feeling secure, feeling accepted. Also, um, feeling the need of like I don't need to seek your validation for my piece. If that makes sense, you know, in very predominant like white groups or whatever. Either you accept me or you don't accept me, but I'm gonna still be here. I'm gonna still be Michael. So
Hmm. Yeah, like I've definitely experienced in some way, shape, or form most of that. Like I kind of grew up in pretty much the opposite. Like Winchester is not. There's like three black people here and it's my family, right? So that's basically like how it is. So
Right, right.
I haven't really experienced the racism like within the black community as much, because I didn't grow up
Mm-hmm.
in a black community. So that's cool that I got to hear that part of your story from you. Thank you for sharing that with me. And actually, that was going to be like my next question was gonna ask if you had any like experience with oh doggy, any experience with racism within like our own race, since you basically already answered that. That's fine.
Oh,
Um,
sorry. I hope I didn't know there was a structure.
no, no, you're good. Don't even worry about it. I guess my last question then is, do you have an experience with microaggressions at all?
Say that again.
Do you have any experiences with microaggressions?
Okay, define microaggressions. I know the definition, but I just want to know your definition of it.
Uh, Hold on, let me think of the best way to define this real quick. Um,
I just want to know so I can answer your question,
yeah.
effectively.
So I guess, I mean, like any like statement or action that was like unintentional discrimination of you as a black male, like people saying stuff that they weren't meaning to be offensive but are.
Um, let's see. Uh, oh, I'll say this. I'll say I don't want to use the term white liberal, but I say in the way of like people who obviously are now against they have the intentions of being with us, being our ally and everything, but the things of for like social cues they'll do, you know, or certain language or slang they'll use with me just say to feel comfortable. I'll call me brother or act like they call me oh yeah you're my N word but you can't say that you know um but yeah there'll be certain languages that say that well I'm just being your friend everyone says it like no like don't get that wrong with me you know um so yeah that's a big issue that I had with uh I guess use terms of microaggressions more just like a lot of people would certain people will say things around me just for the sake of feel like you're part of the crew. You're no, we're black too, or something like that. Trying to make me feel comfortable. Really, it's the complete opposite. I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, yeah. No, you're good. You're good. Thank you again for sharing that. Hi, welcome back.
All right, I am so sorry that I don't know why it just cut off, but the technical difficulties here.
Now you're good.
Okay, all right.
Where was I leaving off? I think yes, I asked you, since you already like answered like my second question, if you just had anything else to say in general at all.
You talking about microaggressions?
Well, you already answered that question, but I was just wondering if you had anything else to say, since you like already answered my question about internalized racism within the black community. So
Well, yeah. I just think that's an issue that we really don't talk about. Yeah, but obviously, right now, it just like it's kind of almost a more polarizing type of uh, issue, where it's like, hey, either you're with us or against us. To me, I don't really like that. I feel like it's not really black and white; it's gray. But yeah, I feel like but I also think that the the internal racism within the black community, I think is also just a derivative of just racism we just experience with other races. Whereas like we're being taught, we're being what does it mean to be black? Is like you're not a black man unless you got a pair of Jordans. Well, to me, a pair of Jordans are expensive, and I don't have that money, especially as a kid. Um, and my mom taught me that too. Like I remember, I mean, I had really cheap shoes in middle school, and I get like uh, picked on for that. By now, when I white people but black people, but at the same time, these are the same folks who asked me for a pencil, and I always had a pencil. So to me, that was just kind of like it really didn't upset me. I was just more sad, just as like I know black people were more better than this, but it's really just derivative of just racism from like other communities telling us like about racism from society saying, hey, uh, you're not black if you this is what a black woman is. A black woman, she has a bad attitude. She has, she's very angry. She's very mean. I know a lot of black women who are very nice and sweet. I'm talking to one right now. You're not angry. You're not the stereotypical black woman that America want to try to project that's what all black women are, and that's a complete lie. So
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment in there. Um, yeah, so that's about all I have. I really appreciate you doing this for me. This really means a lot, and I hope that sharing stories can really help just raise awareness of like how we're feeling and yeah, everything basically. So
mhm.
thanks again.
Yeah,
Thank you, dog.
and I like to say thank you for at least giving me this opportunity to share. I said I hope in the future, just like if you have more people, um, I'm like looking forward to see you have any more interviews with other people. But I really appreciate you letting me have the opportunity to share my story and everything. Especially now, it's just like um, for me, I was basically prepared for this, all the stuff going on in our country right now, because it's just like through my certain experiences in the past, it's just kind of like I kind of build a tolerance. Now, I'm not going to say it's easy, but it is the feeling that I do feel right now, especially after the events of January 6th at the Capitol. The main feeling I felt was exhaustion.
Hmm.
Um, just finding like when it's going to be an end, ending like moment to this and we actually have peace. But to me, I feel like actual world peace won't happen until until Christ returns. But till then, like I said, we're just gonna make our strides. Also, making sure that our community that we're fine, regardless. We can only control us. We can't control what other people do. So um, I just feel like that's just the right path. Moving forward in the future. But yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I 100% was so tired, and that's what I was like telling my parents when I got home. I was like, I'm just exhausted, and I feel
Mm-hmm.
like that's just what America is right now, just exhausted. So
Mm-hmm.
you need to do better, but hopefully,
But I think with that, it's just like the pathway to do that is like really lamenting to Christ, to giving up to saying, I have uh, this weight on my heart, and I just like give up to Christ, and only He can really resolve it. Um, and I just feel like I have done it in the past. I haven't, but I know I have done a better job now in terms of like really processing this type of um, I feel unnecessary like burden or weight of emotion that I've been having, especially during the past events during the summer. Um, because if I can't do that, if I can't continue with prayer, if I can't have continue with like lamenting to God, that I know that I'm gonna lose my mind, like really. Um, and I can't give the enemy or Satan that luxury. So yeah.
yeah, makes total sense. I 100% agree.
Mhm.
So thank you again for sharing.
No problem.
Yeah. So I don't have anything else, so I
Mhm.
guess we'll just call it a day.
Okay. Well, I mean, if there's anything else, yeah, I said apologize for the technical difficulty. I don't know why the thing just cut off, but I mean, anything in the future, you need help on like doing this? Because I really like this. I'm really proud of you for doing this. But I'm just saying, if you need any help just for me, just like, free feel to call me, anything I can help out if I can.
Awesome. I can
Hmm.
definitely let you know.
Yeah. Hmm.
All right, thank you.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
I'll see ya.
All right. See you. All right.
Bye.
Bye bye.